everybody, in this video I'll show you how to play Up Front by the Wipers off the Is This Real record. The song is in standard tuning. If you have a quick second, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel out a lot. And check out my website, ScottO'BrienGuitar.com. I have the tab for this song as well as hundreds of other punk rock and grunge songs up there. And here we go. All right, so the song starts off with bass and drums, and then the guitar kind of comes in halfway through the verse. And he's going to be basically playing an A major chord. And basically it's going to be like the bottom four strings, so the E, A, D, and G strings. And I like to play the bar chord form here. So we're going to bridge our index finger across the 5th fret. You can do all 6 strings like a normal major chord, or just the bottom 4 strings, so since those are the only ones we're playing. And then you are going to use your middle or your ring and pinky on the 7th fret of the A and D string, and middle on the 6th fret of the G. And so it's just going to be kind of like this chugging along rhythm. With alternate picking, so. And then there's going to be these periodic accents. And so for the accents, we're going to lift these 3 fingers off, our pinky, ring, and middle finger, and we're going to play the 5th fret of the A, D, and G string. So it sounds like this. And then it's going to be kind of a slight hammer on when you put your fingers back on. So slowly it's going to be. And then for the chorus, it's going to be major chords as well. And we're going to have this ascending pattern that goes like this. We're going to do that twice. So again, we're going to play those bottom 4 strings of the major chord, and we're going to do an F. So index finger at the 1st fret, the rest of the fingering is the same as that A chord, and then we're going to move up, same thing, form the chord at the 3rd fret, that's a G. So we're going to go F, G, back to that A. So. And then we're going to do a slide from the 3rd fret root to the 5th fret root back into the A. So. And we're going to do that twice. So the whole part sounds like this. And then we're going to do that same part again with the F and G. And then this time we're going to go to a C5. And we're going to actually play the inverted root at the 3rd fret of the E string. You don't have to know what that means. Just know that you would normally play like a C 3-note power chord with your index finger rooted at the 3rd fret of the A string, and then your ring finger bridged across the 5th fret of the D and G like this. And Greg Sage is actually going to hit the 3rd fret on the low E along with the rest of those notes, so it sounds like this. And this is basically just duplicating the note that's played on the D. These are the same notes at the 3rd fret and the 5th fret. So we're just adding like a lower octave version of that note. So, and it sounds kind of heavy. So then he's going to go to that C, to the D5, which is the same form, just moved up 2 frets. Root on the 5th fret. So that last part all the way through sounds like. And then he might do like a little vibrato, or maybe just kind of bang his guitar back and forth a little bit. So that whole chorus part all the way through goes. And then that last chord hangs till the end of the measure. And then we go into these really memorable accent, and it goes like this. And then goes back into the verse. So in order to play those, we're going to have our index finger at the 1st fret of the B string, and our ring finger at the 3rd fret of the high E. And we're going to play both of those together. And then we're going to pull off our middle finger off the 3rd fret of the high E, like that. So we're going to play first note with the both fingers down. Then the next 3 with just our index finger. And then we're just basically going to invert that, and we're going to play with our ring finger at the 3rd fret of the B and holding down the 1st fret of the high E. So, and in between each of these changes, we're playing that bar double note across the 1st fret of the B and E. So, and it kind of repeats back and forth like that. And then it kind of goes back and forth just on the high E at the 3rd fret, back and forth with the 1st fret. So to do that, you're just going to be playing, again, that index finger bridge across the 1st fret of the B and E, and then you're just going to go off and on the 3rd fret of the high E. And I'm playing alternate picking throughout the whole thing to kind of keep that steady pace. If you try and play all downstrokes, it's kind of hard to keep that rhythm properly. So towards the end we go. And then at the very end, he's just going to stay on that 3rd fret of the high E with the 1st fret of the B. And then we go back in the verse. So that whole accent part all the way through slowly goes. And then the second time through, we are going to play that same accent part, except we're going to just move it up an octave. So instead of playing at the 1st fret on the high E, the F, we're going to play at the 13th fret of the high E, F. And again, we're going to bridge our finger across the 13th fret of the B and E strings. And then this time, instead of playing the 3rd fret, we're going to play the 15th fret. So it's 2 frets up, same note, it's a G. So, and then we're going to do the same pattern. So again, slowly. So then after the song goes through that verse and chorus twice and we do that second higher accent, we are going to go into the solo. And the solo starts off with these Chuck Berry style bends. So we're going to bridge our index finger across the 5th fret of the B and E. And then we're going to do a unison bend at the 7th fret of the G with our ring finger. And so he starts by bending at the 7th fret first and then going to that double stop at the 5th fret of the B and E. So, and it's basically about that long. So one more time. And then he's going to use the tremolo arm to do this kind of cool effect. So he's going to play open on the G, and then just lightly touch down slowly on the tremolo, and then let go. So, and he does that twice, so. And then he's going to do the same kind of Chuck Berry style bend, just he's going to move up to the 17th fret, which is an octave higher, so it's the same note. This is an A on the high E string, so we're going up to an A on the high E string just at the 17th fret, and he just plays that same kind of Chuck Berry style bend. And then, so he's just going to play that over and over again, and then he's just going to kind of hit the middle 4 strings and let them ring. So the whole solo sounds like this. And so then after the solo, it's going to go into this breakdown part, which is mostly just bass and drums, but there's like this one accent that Greg Sage does in the middle, and he's just going to slide down and hit that A chord twice. So, and then he kind of rests for a bit, and then when he goes back into the verse, when the guitar comes back in, he's going to do another slide. Before he goes back in and plays the verse the same way he played before. And then it's going to go through the chorus part again, and we're going to go back to the lower accents. And then when it gets towards the end, there's going to be this kind of outro part, and it goes like this. So basically we're just playing that F major chord to a G major chord. So, and then when we get to the C, like we did before, instead of playing that C5 with the inverted root, we're going to play like a normal C power chord, except we're going to bridge our index finger all the way across the 3rd fret, and we're going to pick up that B and E string as well. So we're going to play index finger bridged across the 3rd fret from the A string all the way to the high E. And then we're going to play ring finger and pinky at the 5th fret of the D and G. And then we're going to play with that bridge finger at the 3rd fret of the B and E. So it's like a real full chord that's just missing that one E note that you would normally have in that C chord. So it sounds like that. Greg Sage likes to use those in a lot of songs. So we're going to do that C, and then we're going to go to a D, same form. And so it sounds like... So that's it for this one. I hope you liked the lesson. If you appreciate this content, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel out a lot. And check out my website, ScottO'BrienGuitar.com. I have the tab for this song as well as hundreds of other punk, rock, and grunge songs up there. And I will see you guys next time.